welcome back to Untitled-2 podcast. My name is Connor.
My name is Ash.
So, straight off the top, I've got a confession to make. Last episode, I did say, the next episode will be about Infinity War and look out because there's spoilers and shit like that. But because E3 recently happened,
I'm just about to say, who would have known that E3 was happening? It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. One of the biggest struggles of our podcast, which we're working on, is trying to sort of stay with the time, stay relevant.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is I've pulled Ash out of his little hole a week early and brought him on to record this podcast. I'm going to get it out as soon as possible, which means squeezing it in between the episode 43 and what will be 45, but we're supposed to be 44. So the Infinity War spoilers come next time for those who are looking forward to it. So sorry about that, but
yeah,
E3 is a big deal. We've got a lot to say about it.
We need to get it out sooner rather than later, because when this does eventually come out, E3 will be
way too late,
dead and gone. We'll be on to the next thing, which is like what, Gamescom or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they do indie games, common and shit like that, don't they?
Yeah.
There's another one. What is it? EGX or something?
EDC.
It's 3 letters.
Something like
it's not IGN.
There's quite a lot now. Didn't they do like a Paris Games Week?
Oh yeah, that's always like mostly indie games though, because France,
Detroit was there.
Some really cool like small indie studios, because the schools there are fantastic. So.
Yeah, no, Detroit was at Paris Games Week last time.
All right.
But yeah, so let's but yes, let's get on with this.
So where would you like to start? Because there's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about. I don't want to start off with the big games.
Okay.
So let's go for some a little smaller. I don't know. It's subjective. What the big ones are and what the small ones are. The most surprising one that I saw was Control. That
looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
I feel because I couldn't watch most of the convention because it was poorly timed for whatever I was doing.
Yeah.
Like the PlayStation 1 was 2:00 in the morning. I had work, so I couldn't stay up.
Yeah.
So so I watched all the trailers afterwards, and I feel like I missed a lot of shit.
I missed a lot, and I watched most of them live.
Yeah. So I feel like there was a lot more shown of Control than what I saw, but what I did see was really good.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes down. They'll show the trailers in the big conferences, and then
like a 20-minute gameplay.
Yeah, then they'll go off to the the floor areas, their own little areas they've got cordoned off, and they'll be interviewed, and there'll be more gameplay and shit like that. What we know about it that people have gleaned and the interviews have shown is that it's set in a world where obviously there's like weird paranormal shit going on, and the character you play, the woman, something happened to her in her youth. She saw some paranormal shit, and she grows up trying to figure out what happened, blah blah, and then she ends up somehow forcefully being like the leader of this. I forgot what they called it, but basically it's like a government organization that are dedicated to tracking down paranormal things and containing them and whatnot. And she ends up being in charge of that somehow forcefully, and it happens at a bad time where everything's like breaking down and whatnot. And I think the whole gameplay is just you trying to get through this area, through the warehouse or whatever it is.
Well, it looks to be a very like mechanic heavy game based around this like gravity control.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like gravity control.
Yeah, she can like float around and stuff. The gun looks cool. Did you see how it was like? It's not like one solid piece of metal. It's all different sections.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't get it though, because like it showed the front of the gun and there's no like bullet hole or anything. So I'm like, what, does she fire parts of the gun or something like that?
There'll be some sort of like energy burst type weapon or something like that. Did you see that Nier Automata's coming to Xbox?
I didn't.
Yeah, it's called Become as Gods Edition, and I don't know exactly what's in it because there's only one DLC.
It's probably just everything they ever offered.
Yeah, there's only one bit of DLC for it though.
Right. Well, maybe they're adding some more,
which isn't exciting for me because I've already got it and I've already platinumed it. But it's cool for the Xbox users because it's a fucking brilliant game.
Yeah.
Also, did you see that Battlefield 5 got a Battle Royale version game mode?
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Also, PUBG was at the Microsoft conference, which isn't it already out?
I feel like it's one of those games that's just constantly in beta.
You mean like how
DayZ? Yeah.
We bought that 5 years ago or something,
Yeah.
and it's still in early access.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's getting out of hand in it, this early access thing.
Yeah.
Did you see that Microsoft was they just bragged about how they're putting together this big team of developers to make more exclusive games, but didn't really say.
They said they bought out loads of studios to make games.
Yeah, I forgot what they called it. It was they gave it some weird name, didn't they?
I don't know. I didn't see that much.
Fucking trying to mute my phone and it just keeps. I go through. Sorry, I go through these phases where I never turn my phone off, and 6 months down the line, it'll just not do anything I want, and I'm like, probably because it's not been off in a while. It's probably screaming at me.
I turned mine off at the cinema the other day for the first time in what must be 4 months at least.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically they just announced that they're putting together this fucking A team of super shit hot developers to create more exclusive, and it's we're pretty close to the end of this generation, mate. It's a bit too late. This should have been in day one. As soon as that whole Xbox fiasco, how you couldn't share your games and it always had to be online, and people was absolutely just upset about that. They should have been right, let's shift the focus. People are a bit pretty pissed off with us, but it's just way too long.
I don't understand, because clearly, so this is well known that consoles are sold. I can't remember what the word for it is, but
at a loss.
Yeah, at a loss. Yeah, they're sold at a loss. So they make up the money with games.
Yeah.
Which is clearly why PlayStation has focused on having these exclusives games to make you, go for PlayStation and then fund the consoles, which will cost millions to produce. But then Xbox didn't think to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think that one of the one of the exclusives that they've had promised since the beginning was Crackdown.
That's not even out yet.
Which was just shown at E3, which, by the way, thanks for ruining Terry Crews. That was the cringiest thing I've ever watched.
Yeah. Poor Terry Crews. He should have been doom-faced in Overwatch.
I forgot about that.
They promised that it was going to be one of the day one games for the Xbox, and it's not even out yet.
Did you watch the trailer for it?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it looks so dated. It looks so Xbox 360.
It does.
It doesn't look like a next-gen game at all.
It's the art style. It's very...
the art style is low-res cell shading.
No, that's how the other Crackdown... I never played Crackdown 2. I played the first Crackdown.
I think I played 2.
But that's how it is. It was a cell-shaded type game.
One thing that annoyed me about Crackdown 2 was that it constantly put these markers all over the map for shit you can do online.
Yeah.
But I didn't even have an online connection, so it should have just hidden.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't know Crackdown had that much of a following. It was a fun game, but I wouldn't be...
it was pretty huge. I remember it being pretty huge and people being excited for Crackdown 3, but I feel like they left it too long and everyone's lost interest. Especially in that type of gameplay. And especially when Sony has something which is so much better with Infamous.
Yeah. Yeah, Infamous was very good. But...
Plus Spider-Man's pretty much in the same vein.
Yeah, Spider-Man's coming out very soon as well in September, so...
Yeah.
But, do you know Crackdown originally was the way most people got their hands on it?
Oh, shit, I'm giving you shit about not muting your phone and then mine goes off.
I think the way most people got their hands on the first Crackdown game was that it was bundled in with, as a demo or something like that for Halo or something on Xbox 360.
Right.
And
I do seem to remember seeing it on, a multi-disc pack.
Yeah, for it to go from, being on, a B game... to people being super hyped about it and getting a third one that everyone's excited for. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping there'd be a game revealed at the Microsoft conference that'll make me finally say, right, I'm buying an Xbox. Because I do want one. I'm not one of these people who just sticks to Sony and it's like, everything Xbox does is shit.
Yeah, if they do something cool and they bring out some really cool exclusives that I'm interested in, then I'll get one again.
Yeah.
Which is sold because there was nothing to play.
Also, one of the really funny things I saw was when Sea of Thieves, the DLC thing, was announced. In the chat, people was all like, "Whoa, is there going to be actual gameplay with this one?" Because everyone says it's boring and whatnot.
There was something, and I think it was Battlefield. When it came up on screen, you could hear like more than 50% of the audience was booing.
Really?
I don't know if it was Battlefield or something else, but it was definitely like a big game.
Right.
That's something I should have remembered.
Yeah, it should have been. Battlefield 5, I'm not even excited for it at all.
I've noticed how they kept saying our rendition of World War II.
Yeah,
our version of World War II, because they've brought women into it, and obviously they never went to war.
Yeah, because they released that trailer and it was very cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
The movements, the design, everything was really cartoony. And people...
Which is weird, because they've always been renowned for having beautifully realistic games.
Yeah.
At least for the time that they come out.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we built our PCs, the first thing we had to do was get Battlefield 3 just to see how it looked.
Well, I think it was Battlefield 4, wasn't it?
No, because I remember when Battlefield 4 came out and we had it pre-ordered.
Right.
Yeah. But we also got that just to see how our PCs looked. I don't think we played it that much.
We tried. It was the people we played it with. It wasn't fun. And like, I think what ruined it for me as well was the fact that the game browser was a separate thing. You'd have to go into your opening up Google Chrome
your browser. Yeah, what a silly thing.
So you're using more fucking CPU and RAM.
Chrome loves CPU.
And then it launches the game. So every time you want to switch server, you have to fucking close the game down, open up Google Chrome. It was awful. Plus, I got hacked by a Russian server, so...
Oh, yeah, true.
Fuck Battlefield. Yeah, they also...
Nice bit of silence there.
Battlefront 2, they announced that they're going to do some solo stuff.
Who cares? I saw something on Reddit today that was like, it showed the 3 games that EA has brought out and their user ratings. Yeah. And then the 3 Star Wars games that EA brought out and their user ratings underneath. And then above that was the 12 games that were brought out pre-EA. And they were all brilliant games that everyone loves and remembers.
Yeah.
Do you remember what? It was just basically saying, EA, pass on the gauntlet. You're not doing a good job.
Yeah. Do you remember what pre-EA Star Wars game was the most rated? Because I'd go out on a limb and say it was Knights of the Old Republic, something like that, wasn't it?
It didn't show the ratings for the pre-EA ones, but I think the point of it was that you could just look at it and, you already know it's a good game.
Yeah, EA's not been doing a very good job, have they?
No, not at all.
What 3 games have they brought out? There's the Star Wars, there's Battlefront
1 and 2, and they did a mobile pay-to-win hero collector game.
That sucks.
I played it for ages, to be fair, but it was very pay-to-win, and that's what killed it for me.
I think I played that as well.
I can't remember what it was called.
No,
the Galaxy of Heroes or something.
Something stupid like that. Yeah. Yeah, they should pass it on. EA didn't have a strong E3 this year.
They had the cringiest bit of the E3 this year.
That guy screaming goal for 30 seconds right at the start of the stream. I wonder how many people clicked off at that point.
Just turn it off.
20,000 people all tuned in and they hear him go, goal! Goes out to 5,000 or something.
So so many people are like, oh, come on E3, this is the year. This is the year you bring it back. The friggin' stream starts and it's just that guy and they're like, no. Next year.
Yeah. My problem with EA is every E3 they announce the same shit, like Call of Duty or Battlefield. Fucking.
Call of Duty's not EA.
I mean, Battlefield or something like that.
FIFA.
And FIFA. Yeah, FIFA fucking. And then NBA. Loads of sports shit. They announce it all. And then.
Yeah, the sports shit's where they get all the money that they then waste on making games that people don't like.
then people give Sony shit for showing the same few games at the last three E3s when fucking EA show FIFA at every E3 and it's like everyone's like, oh yay.
To be fair, I think it's getting harder now to like games take so long to make.
Yeah,
it's going to be so hard to have new games every year.
I thought it was bold of Sony to just be immediately off the bat like, don't expect anything big to be announced.
Yeah.
We're just going to show you what we're already working on so you can get more
I heard
hyped.
that they voluntarily took the later position as well.
Yeah.
Because they weren't trying to upstage anyone. They were just like, we'll see you at the end.
that middle slot must be like the best place because you're not coming in too early.
Yeah.
You're not coming in after everything's amazing stuff's been announced. You're coming in right in the middle, which is good.
I hate the actual like live presentation shit, so I'm glad I don't watch it because I want the game to speak for itself. I don't need some fucking suited up nerd on stage cringily telling me how excited he is for the game. I don't care how excited he is. Like, I want to be excited.
Yeah.
Show me the fucking game.
Do you know what I think they do every year, which they shouldn't do? They do those mics that clip behind your ear or whatever, or like lapel mics.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do that because no one knows what to do with their hands.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
That's a really good point. If they had something to hold,
microphone or something like that, and then the other hand they can gesture with or whatever, right? But do you remember that? It was Bungie. I don't know if they were announcing Destiny or like one of the early, like one of like the last Halo they did or whatever. But like they had 4 of the developers on the stage, and they were all wearing jeans and a blazer, and they all just stood there with their hands like proper flat down by the sides, and just not doing anything with their hands.
At least put them in your pockets, Jesus.
Oh, no, that's a bad move, mate. You should never put your hands in your pockets when you're presenting.
Yeah, in a formal setting, it's gamers, man. You should relax. This is what Microsoft doesn't do right.
Now
they either don't relax or they over relax, and it's like, whoa.
I think now, you probably could get away with it, but E3 was always just for the press, and it was a very formal. Yeah. But I think it was like the last 2 or 3 years they've opened it up to the public. So yeah, do whatever you want now. Just don't do crazy shit like the fucking developer for Trials. I think it was. He came out on stage on a fucking motocross.
My god! And they faked falling into the podium and breaking it. Silly, stupid, ridiculous.
It just wasn't good. I thought it was hilarious how like they clearly made the podium out of really breakable materials, but if it had fallen into a proper solid podium, it would have done the same shit anyway. The guy was not the healthiest of people. But yeah, EA had a proper fucking weak presentation, I thought.
Yeah.
Microsoft's, I thought, was kind of cheaty. How, like...
Well, I didn't watch it, so please elaborate.
They showed the most games out of anyone. They had the longest list.
A lot of them weren't exclusives, and I'm like,
that's
why?
what I'm saying. Like, so they announced Halo Infinite. I don't know if that's...
I don't know what that is.
A direct sequel.
Is it like an online thing? Halo Battle Royale.
So yeah, they announced...
Oh, we joke, but I bet it's that.
They announced another Halo game. I don't know if it's an exact sequel or not, or just like one of the side, because they've done quite a few side games, haven't they? But people,
true. Yeah.
People seemed happy for it. Forza Horizon exclusive. PUBG is an exclusive for now. I'm sure it's supposed to be coming to the PS4, or it was originally. Devil May Cry 5, I'm sure that's multi-platform.
I thought you said Devil May Cry Baby 5.
No, Devil May Cry. Then they announced some Xbox related shit.
Nobody can.
Like Game Pass and stuff.
What's that meant to be? You pay for live, get games of gold, and then pay even more to get even more games. I
think it's basically their version of PS Now.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad, I guess. As long as it... No, because they already have... Well, never mind.
Then Gears of War 5, they showed that. Not before they showed a fucking... Like a little... It's called Gears Pop. It's a mobile game where it's pop vinyl figures of Gears of War characters.
Oh, fuck me dead.
I know, right?
And is it like a hero collecting game?
Yeah. And then I think the rest of what they showed was pretty much multi-platform.
I knew Pop were going to start doing hero collector games.
Because, like... Oh, and they announced Battletoads.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think they understood that it's a meme. Because
Well, it was famous for being really, really hard.
yeah,
But I don't think anyone was genuinely a big fan of
it was a
Battletoads.
meme on it because people called up GameStop and asked for
Yeah, I remember
Battletoads,
that, yeah.
and it was just it's just a thing people did, and it caught on, and eventually, and that's the only reason people know Battletoads, because it's a meme. They don't actually like the game, and like they showed a teaser with no gameplay at all, and it was like they expected everyone to lose a shit over it. So right at the end of the teaser, there was like this long pause where they expected everyone to clap and whatnot. And it was just like dead silence. And it's like, why even? No one wanted this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the rest are just multi-platform. Like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think is coming to PlayStation as well.
It would probably come late.
Just Cause 4, that's coming to PlayStation. I'm sure of it. I'm sure Cyberpunk would be as well.
Still played Just Cause 3 and I've got it.
It's pretty fun. I just, instead of playing the game, I just got because you get the wingsuit right off the bat, I think.
Oh dear.
And obviously the grapple.
Oh, that,
so
yeah,
I just wingsuited
How could you
everywhere.
ever start playing the game?
Yeah, so I just because you can wingsuit and grapple the ground and get more momentum, so you can just constantly fly everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just did that all around the islands.
It's like that meme about Skyrim. People that have been playing it for 6 years and have never seen the ending and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Fallout 4, I never finished that, but that was partly because I was being really slow with it, and then mods started being supported, and I just fucked around with mods for the rest of.
I think I almost finished it, but the ending is what just was the final straw, and I was like, this game is so boring.
A friend of ours ruined it, the ending.
Yeah, well,
we weren't even playing Fallout. I don't think we were playing a different game, and he was just talking about it, and he just completely discussed the ending. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But yes, Cyberpunk got a fucking trailer, mate. That looks fun.
It does look really cool.
Have you heard that everyone's upset about it being first person?
Well, because they wanted it to be Witcher in the future.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm happy that CD Projekt Red have the gumption to be like, well, let's make a game how we intend it to be.
Yeah, I loved the
not
trailer.
how the fans want it to be.
I loved the trailer. It was fun.
It was really, really pretty.
The comments were so cringy. Everyone was all like, CD Projekt Red is the best developer ever. They're gonna make this the most perfect game that's ever been made and shit. And I was like,
it puts me off playing it, you know.
I know, right?
That puts me off actually getting the game.
Even
if I'm interested.
I want to play Witcher. I want to plat it, Witcher 3. But the people online ruin it for you.
Because when you go into it, because of all the good things people say about it, you're subconsciously looking for bad things about it, and then suddenly you're playing a game that you hate because you've just picked out a million bad things, like how the controls are awful, and it's all animation-based walking and shit like that.
Yeah. Because I played it for like half an hour, I think, because everyone was like, the best game ever, best RPG that's ever made. So I was like, cool, let's play it. And then one of the first things I noticed is the animation of the running.
Clunky,
it's really like slidey, and you know, it's just, and I was just like, I think if no one had said like it's the best game ever, play it. If they're just like, oh yeah, it's pretty good, play it, it's, you know, it's decent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked up on it so fast, and it wouldn't have been such a big, like, oh, that's a bit mediocre. Also, did you notice how Kingdom Hearts 3 snuck into everyone's conference?
No, I didn't watch them.
Did you not see any of the Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff?
The one trailer that I watched, which I was kind of like, okay, I'm excited about this. It was cringy, but sort of, I don't know, there's no good cringy, but it was cringy. It was the Pirates of the Caribbean trailer, and they had these like realistic Captain Jack, and
yeah.
It was just weird. And then it showed, you know, some more worlds afterwards, and I was like, okay, this
I've
is cool.
never really played a Kingdom Hearts game because it just didn't look like it was something for me. I'm not a Disney fan. I've
played one of them. I don't know which one it is, but there's a Hercules Coliseum in it, and it's just really hard. And I was excited that Hercules was in it because Hercules is probably one of my favourite animated Disney films. Yeah. And it was just this shitty, like, Coliseum that was optional, and I saw that he's going to be in the upcoming Kingdom Hearts, and I hope it's a bit more in depth than that, a bit more exciting.
But you know, yeah, they snuck into the Microsoft conference and the PlayStation one as well. Was it Was it in Ubisoft? I don't think it was in Ubisoft either. But
Why would it be in the Ubisoft?
yeah, exactly. Was it in a Nintendo one? No. Basically, they snuck it into the Sony one and the fucking Sony and the Microsoft one. But I'm looking forward to it. It looks fun.
Yeah, I was on the fence about whether I was going to get it, but now I think I am going to get it. I'm not excited about the Toy Story section, though. I think I'll be really bored doing that. But there is always that one world in the Kingdom Hearts. I think.
I can't really speak to that. I have honestly no idea which parts are going to be awful and boring or not. I'm just...
Well, the one I played had a Alice in Wonderland section, and it was the most boring thing. They didn't even try to make it look like you were in the land from Alice in Wonderland either. You were just in boxes, and the boxes, like the walls of the boxes that you were in, had the environment painted on them. Right. Instead of actually just being shrunken down in like a caterpillar's home or whatever. Yeah. It was really bad.
Bethesda was in part of Microsoft's conference, and then they had their own conference as well.
Yeah, didn't they announce... Never mind, I don't know. They announced something. I'm sure you'll tell me.
They announced Fallout 76.
Yeah, fucking... I don't know. I feel like Fallout 4 definitely would have been more fun with if I could play it with you.
Yeah.
But I think it'll just be two people being bored together instead of just one person being bored on their own.
Yeah, I think they really should have just held off on Fallout 76 and made a Fallout 5 game and got rid of the new multiple choice thing that really isn't multiple choice. Yeah. There's just two different ways to say yes and two different ways to say no. Yeah. And made the quests more like they did, like, was it Gearbox who did New Vegas?
I don't know.
They should have just made it more like New Vegas, but with Fallout 4's graphics and mechanics.
I remember people hated New Vegas when it came out because it wasn't as good as Fallout 3. But then, as time's gone on, people seem to prefer New Vegas to Fallout 3 now.
I think that was just us.
Oh, maybe it was. I didn't really play it though, because
I did.
That was the game that killed my Xbox.
Was it?
I was playing it, and then these little black like sparks started appearing on screen, and then the GPU just died.
Oh, no way. No, I think it was just us who didn't like New Vegas. I think we're the only two people in the world that didn't like it. Everyone else fucking loves it.
All right.
Because of how like there's quests where you can do you know when they say like, oh, play the game your way? Mm-hmm. Well, I think New Vegas really tried to do that. So there's quests where you can approach it from different angles and do different things and stuff like that. And the outcome is different. Like in Fallout 4, you can have like a good outcome and a bad outcome. Whereas in New Vegas, there could be 5 outcomes. They're not necessarily bad or good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So like your end outcome will either be good karma or bad karma. Yeah. And sometimes this companion or that companion or no companion sort of thing. Yeah. But very rarely had an effect on the actual story.
But yeah. They also announced Doom Eternal, which I've no idea if it's a standalone game or DLC or...
Yeah, I don't know. People seem excited about it, but I didn't see anything of it.
No, there was just... I think it was just a teaser. I think that's all Bethesda did was teasers. Rage 2 got a gameplay trailer, and so did Fallout 76.
Sorry about the sirens.
But I think everything else just got teasers.
Well, yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 got teased, which you told me today was...
It's like basically not even barely in pre-production.
It's just concept.
I bet we won't see it for another 5 years. Yeah, it'll be on PS5 or whatever.
But to tide us over, they've blessed us with Elder Scrolls Blades,
which is a mobile game. Also, do you know how there was all like console quality graphics on mobile? I saw some gameplay. It looks gross.
Yeah, why console quality graphics? The only way they could do that is if the game was streamed.
I think that's what it might be streamed. I don't know, but I saw it and it looks like Oblivion quality graphics with a fake ass shine on things.
Yeah. So apparently it's going to have 3 modes: Abyss mode, which is a roguelike, like endless dungeon sort of thing.
What's this?
Elder Scrolls Blades.
Blades, right?
Yeah. So it's like a roguelike mode,
right?
And I guess you just collect shit. And you bring it back to the town, which is basically Fallout Shelter. Right. It's just resource management, mini game. You build a town. And then there's Arena, which is PvP, which I won't even count as a game mode because it's pretty much fucking guaranteed in it on mobile games.
It's ridiculous because it's called Blades, right? The Blades in Elder Scrolls is like the Emperor's elite.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's probably a reference to that.
Yeah, it's the Emperor's elite guards, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Why couldn't the game just be like a management sim where you have to start where the blades, like maybe they've not even been formed yet or they've been destroyed, and you have to build it up again, and you could send blades out on missions and recruitment missions every now and then. You could be like, oh, urgent, like maybe your quest just you've got to protect the Emperor while he does like a fucking parade or whatever. It could have been like that instead of just like, oh yeah, it's a roguelike.
Yeah. Well, apparently there is a bit of a story to it, and there's going to be quests. But I bet the quests are go into the dungeon, find 3 chickens, and
collect
bring them back.
700 wooden logs.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something stupid like that.
Also, they've said it's going to come to every console possible eventually.
Of course it is.
But why? I don't get why they brought Fallout Shelter to PS4. Who boots up the PS4 to sit on the couch waiting for fucking energy to charge up and shit like that? Fuck off.
I don't know. It just seemed like one of those background games you play. Like,
was it Bethesda who also teased this new IP, which you saw fucking something I could have created in 3ds Max, and that was it.
Starfield. Yeah. I literally know nothing about it except it could be in space.
Yeah.
But it's the newest IP they've done in like 25 years, so whatever. They did say it's coming out next gen, so that's not going to be anytime soon.
Gen, jeez. Although Xbox has said, oh, we're working on our new console.
Isn't Google working on a console as well?
That is exciting as fuck. I didn't know that.
I don't know how well that's going to be received. It feels like the market's pretty much set now. We've got Xbox, we've got PlayStation, we've got Nintendo.
I feel like there's room to kick Xbox out. The only thing that would concern me about that is obviously Google have other agendas.
But then like just trying to build up your fan base, your development teams from scratch just seems like it's too late in like the gaming industry to do that now.
I feel like it'd also be kind of gimmicky.
In order for them to like steal the market from Sony and Microsoft,
completely new.
There's got to completely revolutionize gaming for the better, not like
kind of like the Switch did,
not like microtransactions the console or something like that.
Yeah, or voice control the console. Oh, did you? Oh, you did. You told me about it as well, but
Bethesda's little gag.
With the Alexa, and whichever one it Peel from Key and Peele.
No, it was
Key from Key and Peele.
Keegan Michael.
Yeah,
Key or something like that.
I don't know why, but in my head, he looks like he should be called Peel.
I know what you mean. But he was like, that was a really good gag. I like that they did that, poking fun at themselves because Skyrim's on everything ever. And I thought it was just gonna be the whole gag with just him playing it on Alexa, and then fucking. And it just a little reel at the end where he's playing it on his pager and stuff like that. And then he's playing it on his fucking Samsung fridge at the end. And he does the shout for like ice or something, or the ice breath shout, and fucking ice cubes fall over, and he's like, that is cool. Yeah. But yeah, Rage 2, did you see the trailer for that? The little gameplay trailer?
No, I don't care really, to be honest.
It looks okay. I don't know if I'll play it.
I probably won't.
It's not going to be a day one purchase for sure. I mean, if a lot of the stuff I saw is not going to be a day one purchase. Fallout 76 definitely not a day one. Doom not a day one. Elder Scrolls 6 when it comes out for PlayStation 8 or whatever. Day one purchase.
What if they did that? They just it's twice as powerful, so we're calling it the PlayStation 8.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I don't know if I'll get that day one, but I'm pretty excited for that. That was shown at Square Enix. Just Cause 4. It looks like Just Cause 3 in a different area.
None of these are really... They're sort of games you expect to come out eventually, so you're just like, okay, that's happening.
Yeah.
They don't make you go, no way.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was at Square Enix. I knew there was another area.
Oh yeah, well they'd make it, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. So it was at Sony's fucking conference, Square Enix's conference, and Microsoft's conference.
Well, good on them.
And Just Cause 4 was also in Microsoft's conference, and so was Tomb Raider.
But they're both Square Enix games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Microsoft seemed to have cheated quite a bit there.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Dying Light 2.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm
I'm so sick of zombie games. Why are people still trying to make zombie games?
Dude, I fucking love a zombie game. Honestly, like, one of my favourite
I
genres.
don't think I've ever played one that I would have thought was incredible.
You can't lose with a zombie themed movie or TV series or a game because at its best,
all the work's done for you, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's either going to be a really shit movie, but it's going to be laughable,
Yeah.
right? Or it's going to be really good and blow you away.
Yeah, I agree.
And same with games, you're going to get either a really shitty game that you're not going to. It's going to be like the fucking Wii U zombie game, Zombie U, which is also for the PlayStation now. It's just called Zombie.
I haven't played that yet.
That was mechanically shit and whatnot, but it was fun to play because you're bashing zombies' skulls in and whatnot.
I have got it, but I've got that many games I haven't touched yet. Since we started sharing libraries, I just haven't got around to it.
And then the good ones, like The Last of Us or something like that, you know, it's fun to play. They're not really zombies, but they are infected. They were a real threat, and it was fun to play. So I just think with zombies, it's pretty much win-win.
I think what ruined Dying Light for me the first time I played it is that same friend that ruined Fallout 4.
Yeah, well, no, yeah,
because he played it before us and he got really far, and at a certain point you get like a grapple hook thing which helps you get around faster. So we'd do a mission with him, and he'd just grapple hook his way there while we're still trying to get there, and then it'd be done by the time we get there.
I think we played it pretty much from like. I think we did maybe a few of the early missions, but just between me and you, all by ourselves, and then we all got together. And it'd be like we'd be all running everywhere. We're severely underleveled, so I think maybe our stamina wasn't as good or whatever. Or we didn't have certain moves, and we had shitty weapons where you could get a few good whacks and they were gone. Because there was like a level system for the weapons, wasn't there? Was like common, rare, and epic, and all that. And so he had all like epic level weapons where you could swing away all day and be fine. Yeah. And we'd be all running as a group, and we'd get charged by a bigger group of zombies, and we'd be like, right, let's fuck them up. We'd be smashing away, then we'd turn around and he's fucking zip-lined off somewhere. And we'd do a mission. While we're fighting through swaths of fucking zombies, he'd got to the objective and finished the mission. We didn't even really know what happened in the mission and stuff like that. And it did ruin for me as well, but as soon as I played it by myself, because I replayed it over from.
I enjoyed it more playing with you, but that was the same with I think Dead Island. We could play together.
Yeah,
one of them.
Did we ever play that together at all?
Well, I didn't enjoy it, but then when I played it with you, or at least with you around,
I think
in the same room.
We might have done it on Xbox 360. Played it on like a long time ago on Xbox 360.
But I tend to enjoy zombie games more, sort of, when I'm sharing the experience with somebody. But when it's alone, I just lose interest so fast 'cause I'm so sick of zombies.
I don't know. I'm not. I love a good zombie. A good zombie game. Yeah, Skull and Bones is what I was thinking of. I can't remember the name.
What's Skull and Bones?
Do you know?
It's a dope looking.
Right. I'll tell you what it is. Right. Do you remember Assassin's Creed 4? It's a Ubisoft game. Remember Assassin's Creed 4?
You told me about this before,
right?
Even on the podcast, I think.
The naval battle system they've taken the naval battle system from Assassin's Creed 4 and they've turned it into a game.
That sounds like one of the best things Ubisoft ever decided to do.
I know, right? My only concern now is they're going to keep showing this until they release it, and it's going to look like beautiful, and it's probably going to be downgraded quite a lot. Also, I think they're focusing more on online play.
Oh god, I don't want to do shit battles against other people.
Yeah. But with it being online, I hope they don't focus on loot boxes, because that just seems like the thing now.
Oh, it'll be a treasure chest.
Yeah, it will.
Well, while we're on Ubisoft,
yeah.
Do you remember a few episodes ago I posed the question, what do you think Ubisoft's next Assassin's Creed game will be?
Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain, like 99.9% certain we both agreed that it'd probably be Spartans.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
We'll have to go back and look at that, because it does...
I think the thing we said we would most like to see was like feudal Japan.
Or Vikings.
or Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure we said Spartans was likely to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so Assassin's Creed Odyssey it's called. And I don't like how quickly it's been announced off the heels of Origins.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It seemed like
they said they were gonna, take their time. They made Origins genuinely good Assassin's Creed game, and then what? Like fucking 6 months after I bought Origins, here we are with another one.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't like ancient Greece. I don't like how the men wore skirts. Really short skirts.
Like
it just looks stupid, right?
It does. It's a bit like trying to take a Batman and Robin comic seriously when he's running around in his underpants.
Or the Scots, They didn't even wear underpants, mate. At least the Greeks wore underpants. Probably leather underpants. But, like, I get it helped him move in combat and whatnot. It was freeing and whatnot.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, the Spartans always wear, like leather underwear with that, like, skirt thing that's not fully connected.
Yeah, or just like the peasants that wear... It was just like an extra long tunic that just covered the ball sack.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
With splits at the side so you could see bum cheek.
Yeah.
But I could get, like... you could move better in it, but, like... Your legs are exposed. It's bare skin. Like... I don't know. I just don't like the look of it, and I don't know if I'm going to...
I think the reason why they've gone straight from Origins to... What was it called? Odyssey. I made a hilarious tweet the other day where I said, Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks interesting. I wonder how they'll bring in the Super Mario Odyssey mechanics.
Yeah. Looking forward to throwing my hat at peasants.
Yeah. But it looks like they've jumped straight from point A to point B because like it's all the same assets, really, isn't it?
Yes, that's why. It looks exactly
It looks
like...
identical. It might as well just be DLC.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not too excited for it, but I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah.
Not day one.
Yeah, probably day 340.
I don't think Ubisoft really announced anything cool. Obviously, we spoke about the disaster that was the Trials entrance.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege, that got some... I don't know what those... Oh, Beyond Good and Evil 2. I've never played a Beyond Good and Evil game, but people seem really hyped for it, so I'll probably pick it up at some point. I'm going to actually, like, probably try and follow it a bit more, and if it looks like a sort of game I'd enjoy, I'll probably pick it up on day one. But yeah, they announced DLC or something like that for Far Cry 5. Division 2.
Okay.
That was announced.
Well, we didn't like Division, did we?
We didn't really get to play it much, did we?
I liked, because we played the demo, I liked the single player. I thought it was really cool, like the tactical shit that you did, like cooperatively.
Yeah.
But the like mass multiplayer was just shit. It was boring. It was just grinding.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about Wildlands as well, which I got quite.
Have you got it digitally?
No.
Oh.
I know. It was before I was buying them digitally.
Yeah, I could have stole it.
I got it when I still had my 500GB PlayStation, so I didn't have a lot of space to buy things digitally. And
yeah,
even though I can download full games really fast, I just couldn't be bothered.
I've filled my terabyte external hard drive, and I've now moved on to my terabyte internal.
I filled my terabyte on my PlayStation. I was thinking of getting a hard drive.
Well, because as part of E3, Sony gave us Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I had the exact same problem. Went to download
and it just wouldn't fit, so I had to move where it was installed into.
But yeah, I think we should probably talk about... I mean, they did a PC gaming show. I didn't watch it.
Well, let's talk about that game you told me about a second ago. Well, not a second ago, but before we start recording.
My Name is Pedro.
That looks cool.
No, my friend Pedro, or My Name is Pedro, something like that.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
It looks really fun. It looks like it's going to be like on a level-to-level basis. Like there'll be no linearity. It'll be like, do this level.
There'll probably be...
Try and do this thing and this thing in this level. Get the gold medal or whatever.
It'll be like a story, like...
Yeah.
But like how Hotline Miami's got a story.
But that's level to level. Yeah, that kind of thing.
You don't have to know the story or follow it to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like it looks like somebody wanted to make a Deadpool game, but they couldn't get the rights to Deadpool, so they made this like quirky Deadpoolish character.
I'm looking forward. It's probably going to be score based because like you can do some crazy shit, and I'm looking forward to like being on a skateboard, skating through a construction site and kicking it at someone's face, backflipping through a window, grabbing something and swinging down the floor a bit low or whatever, and just feeling awesome doing it. That's gonna be good.
I get the impression it's gonna be one of those games though where like when you look at it, the combat looks really advanced, like you can do a million things and stuff, but then when you actually get down to playing it, you find out there's 2 or 3 moves that are actually the optimum way to do the level, and then you end up just like, or there's not actually that many moves that you can do in the game anyway, and it just looks like a lot because the trailer's short, but then when you play the game, you do like 3 levels and suddenly you've exhausted your...
Like how in I don't know if you ever played it for as long as I did, but in Ollie 2, like the best way to build up your combo was doing like reverts, and when you're grinding a pole, it was like I think you pressed R on the Vita to do a dark side slide where you slide on the grip tape instead of underneath the board or something like that, and it just boosted your score up.
Right.
But that's the whole point of the game, is to get the most score anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just looking forward to shooting people in slow motion whilst doing a little
I'll definitely get it,
spin,
especially since it's going to be on Switch.
Yeah,
which is exciting.
Did you see the gameplay for Overkill's The Walking Dead? That happened to my voice there.
What the fuck? I didn't. Obviously, I'm not interested.
It's like I almost swallowed my tongue. It looks like...
If it's anything like the show, it's going to be drab as fuck.
It looks like a Walking Dead themed Payday. It's literally it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, Overkill made Payday in it, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was talking to Danny, and he was like, I wonder what it's going to be like, and shit. And I was like, it's made by Overkill. It's going to be exactly like Payday, just with Walking Dead fucking themes.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks pretty much like that.
Yeah.
So, probably not something you can play alone very well, but whatever.
I've got one more game to talk about that I'm not interested in.
We're at the last 15 minutes. So
I've got one more game to talk about that I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
And then we'll get on to the good shit.
Go for it.
So, fucking Bungie has announced a little bit more about Anthem. We saw some actual gameplay. Not Bungie, it was BioWare. Fuck me dead.
BioWare, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they re-announced Anthem, showed some gameplay and shit. Here's my biggest problem with it. Andromeda looked really, really cool, like the planets and stuff. But BioWare suffers from this weird scaling issue. Because if you remember on Andromeda, you go to that first planet and there's lightning storms everywhere and pebbles floating, and it's super cool. But you're so far from it, and it looks it looks like you're looking at a tabletop game.
Yeah.
And then they showed Anthem, and they've done the same shit. There's this huge world, and it seems like there's nothing in it. There's just a path you're supposed to take, but it all seems small, and it's because obviously I'm not a game developer, I don't understand even what the problem is I'm trying to describe, but they need to bring you into it somehow. It feels like you're not in that huge, beautiful world. It feels like
the camera's so far behind the character.
I don't think it's because of the camera, because in Andromeda it was sort of over the shoulder, wasn't it?
No, it was very much behind you. I'm sure of it.
No, well, when you were down the sides, it was over your shoulder, wasn't it? But
I think it's because it's an RPG.
It just feels really small.
Obviously, BioWare's RPGs they've all their whole design philosophy is suited to PC, and so the Dragon Age Origins was a PC game, and also I think it was on consoles as well.
Yeah.
And that worked with the camera being so far above you and behind you, because you could see more of the battlefield and stuff. And I think they're still in that mindset of how to do cameras. Because the other Mass Effect games, that the camera was very close to Shepard and over his shoulder.
Yeah.
But that was a different team in BioWare that made that.
Yeah. I
think this team probably don't understand the importance of having the camera so close to a character in these types of games, because I think Andromeda, the camera was very far away. Your character only filled up a very small portion of the screen in the middle.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about the desert wastelands you would walk around in, and how they were these huge, vast landscapes and stuff. But then when you picture it in your head, it's just kind of It's just like a
Yeah,
flat.
it was same with Dragon Age Inquisition. Like the camera was pulled so far out.
I feel like that wasn't as bad as Andromeda though.
No,
Like,
no.
not game wise, but
I don't think
for that
it's-
scaling issue.
People love that Inquisition game, but I don't think it's really worth any praise.
I
but
liked
anyway-
it at first, but like once you get past that first area, you realise that they put all their effort into the first
Yeah,
area,
yeah.
and then there's nothing.
I think that
left
was the
after
same with Andromeda as well. They put all their effort into the first world you go to.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful though. It was really cool.
Speaking of Bungie, by the way, your little cock up reminded me. Did you see the trailer for the next DLC Forsaken?
Yeah,
for
they
Destiny
killed
2?
Cade or some shit.
Yeah, it's like a permanent death as well, mate. How could they do that to Cade?
I'm sick of fucking Bungie. 'Cause every time I see they're bringing out a new DLC for Destiny, they say the exact same shit every time. It's like, oh, we've spoke to the fans, we found out what the fans really want, and this is it. This is the perfect Destiny. We've finally done it. This is
Yeah.
exactly what the fans want. And then you're like, oh, brilliant. And then you spend fucking 70 quid on the deluxe version of the game with 4 versions you've already bought before.
Yeah.
And it's a load of shit.
And then they're all like, okay, we admit it wasn't what the fans wanted. And it's like, this next one, though. It's like, oh my God. It's like they're like drug addicts.
Yeah.
They're just scratching around like, oh, this next game. So yeah, is that all you want to talk about in regards to the game that you said you wanted to talk about?
No. Now we'll talk about the games
Okay, go for it.
that we do like. So let's start with Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh no, yeah, like that's what I was trying to transition us onto the
Yeah.
bigger games, and he was like, before we get to that, there's a game I want to talk about.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Right. Okay, fair
Sort
enough. The Anthem is that all you had to say about it?
Yeah, that's the only bad game I want to
Yeah.
talk about.
Well, let's get on to the big games that I care about, you care about, everyone else probably cares about as well.
Okay. Well, I already put us on Ghost of Tsushima, so
Ghost of
that's where you
Tsushima.
were going.
Yeah, we can go with that. I loved it, to be honest, mate. Like,
Oh, it looked really cool, didn't it?
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I had this really weird moment where I saw it and I was all like, do I like this?
I felt that as well. The first 2 times I watched it, I was like, there's something weird about the lighting. It looks a little bit janky. It didn't look polished. But then, sort of the 3rd and 4th times that I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm pretty excited.
I
about
think
this.
for me it was just like the area they chose to show seemed really open, but nothing going on.
Yeah, they had this like sunset in the background, but it didn't affect anything except the sky. Everything else was just dark.
Yeah, but like no, it was just the first few seconds. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be into this. But as soon as he called his horse and started running through the fields of wheat,
Yeah, it looked really cool.
And I'm pretty
the,
sure
the
I saw-
combat as well looked really
I'm
good.
pretty sure I saw Theresa May pop up somewhere in there. Just running through fields of wheat. But yeah, as soon as he started running through there, it was all like flowing and shit. I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm gonna like this. And then the combat was really fast and deliberate, and I was like, oh, samurais.
Yeah.
But that when it ended with the even before that actually, right? When he climbed into that temple and he jumped down, and you got like that little slow motion thing where you could choose which person to attack next.
Yeah.
And then that guy blew the horn, and he ran up to the screen and he just shoved the sword through the screen. I was like, I want to do that. I didn't know I wanted to, but now I do. Clearly, that's what I need from a game.
Yeah.
Stabbing people through screen doors. And then obviously he walks out and you have to fight that woman who's like your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene, mate, was just fucking beautiful. Where they're walking on, there's those leaves everywhere. There's like maple leaves or something like
I know
that.
what I mean. Yeah.
And like every time you move to the left or right or whatever, it just
Leaves
brushed
just
them
like,
to the
yeah.
side. I was like, oh, this looks like it should be in a movie or something.
Yeah. It was
Beautiful trailer. I love that. And I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. I don't know if it had a release date or anything like that. Probably next year sometime.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's this year.
No, it
I
won't.
think I do recall them saying it was 2019. So.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. It looks fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Trover Saves the Universe. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like Justin Roiland's moved away from crappy VR games and is actually making a proper game, and it looks so fun.
Yeah. A lot of people was like, oh, like more Justin Roiland humor and whatnot.
I like his humour, even though his fans have made it cringy.
Cringy.
He always seems to bring it back in a good way.
I'll play it. It looks like it's probably just I think we need more games that don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'd probably definitely play that.
Yeah. Even if it's just like a couple of hours long, like his VR games.
Yeah.
It'll
I
just
wanna
be like
play
a
his VR
fun
game.
2 hours, won't it?
Because what's his VR game called?
Which one?
And it's like some accounting or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's really... I've seen it played
Is
through.
it the
It's
one
just
where
great.
like there's a guy shouting at you? He's just like he's made out of bones or something like that.
No, there's a guy in a tree that's shouting at it, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Hey,
it.
who are you? Get out of here!"
Yeah.
And there's a bit where there's like these two skeletons that are xylophones,
And the one,
yeah, and it's Morty and his sister
yeah.
voicing the two heads of this skeleton xylophone, and when you're playing the bones, they're just like moaning and shit. Yeah.
So we finally saw gameplay
Of
Death Stranding. Even though that gameplay was just walking around with backpacks on.
Walking simulator, people have called it. I don't care. It
Yeah.
looked like a fun walking simulator.
If that game is literally just walking around with a little like fucking weight management for whatever you're transporting or whatever, I'll still fucking play it, mate. It looks nice.
Yeah, it's still really vague, like what it's
Yeah.
about. It's got that definite, like you can tell it's Kojima. It just reeks of Hideo Kojima, and it's so
Yeah.
exciting.
It's got a really unique way of presenting cutscenes.
It's got like, well, not just that. His games are always rendered in a really unique way. Like Metal Gear Solid 4 and PT and Death Stranding, they have this really specific texture. Like the skin looks a certain way. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I do know what you mean. Did you enjoy that part of the trailer where that woman ate that grub thing?
I did enjoy that.
With the really fucking
Yeah, turn me on.
visceral sounds.
Yeah,
I don't know, mate. Fucking
very PT.
during that thing, the trailer when it was playing and they showed that woman, everyone in the chat was just like screaming, "Oh look, it's Shrek! It's Shrek!" And I was like,
What?
"What?"
Because he eats a grub at the start of Shrek.
No,
1.
just because I don't know. Maybe they thought she wasn't an attractive woman or something like that. Like
whatever.
her head did seem rather large, but like people were calling her Shrek, and I was like, "Shut up."
So as I said, it's still pretty vague.
Did you like the bit where Norman Reedus had to rip his toenail off?
I did like that.
That made me cringe, mate.
You've practically had your toenail ripped off,
Yep.
courtesy of me. I mean, it wasn't my fault.
No, I'm glad you finally admit.
So yeah, despite it being vague, I did manage to glean a few things from it. So I took notes of what I could. So there's this thing called the time fold,
Yeah.
which is a negative thing which seems to fast forward time. That's what she said. It fast forwards time, and he has this like weird machine that is fueled by babies, which I guess is to combat the time fold.
Yeah, I still don't know what the baby thing's about. Like, it's a bit weird.
You know when the trailer starts, it shows that baby's bum, and then it turns around and just sort of goes,
Yeah. Thumbs up, yeah.
yeah. I saw on Reddit someone played it backwards. So this baby who's looking at you puts his thumb in his mouth and turns around and presents his ass to you.
Yeah. Do you know what I think is really amazing? Do you remember the CG trailer they showed where there's that fat, like, banker-looking dude and he's carrying his little baby in a pod, and he goes into that sewer and Mads Mikkelsen's there, what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And like that feels different thematically to what we saw in this trailer.
Yeah.
Like, how does it meet up at some point?
Yeah,
like,
it's so exciting.
yeah,
Did you see the sort of enemies? There was like these like creepy, smoky sort of entities that had umbilical cords and were
attached
just
to
like
the earth. Yeah, yeah.
just floating there. So cool. Very, very cool aesthetic.
I don't know what it is about Kojima, how he can raise more questions but get us more excited.
I don't know what it is about Kojima, how he can be so uniquely creative. He's like on a whole other level in creativity.
Have you seen that picture of Kojima, Mads Mikkelsen, and Norman Reedus all sat down on a curb smoking?
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a cool photo.
I just want to chill out with Kojima.
Oh, I was going to send you it. I was trying to save it, but I couldn't for some reason get it off the website I was looking at it on. But I was gonna make it my desktop wallpaper because that is like a fucking
squad goals.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a cool photo. I don't know why, but it makes me feel good, and I thought I want that on my desktop.
I wonder if those were cigarettes they were smoking or greener cigarettes,
environmentally friendly cigarettes.
But yeah, it looks chill as fuck, and I know Death Stranding's totally a day one purchase for me.
Yeah, same. That's a pre-order, and I don't do that. I don't do that anymore.
That is a pre-order, definitely. Speaking of pre-orders, by the way,
yeah,
Spiderman, that's pre-ordered, and I'm glad it is.
Spiderman. I don't think I pre-ordered it. There was a reason why I didn't, like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the combat looks in Spider-Man looks just as fun as it's always been, but like more refined and complex to like suit a modern audience sort of thing. Like it before, it was there was complex things happening on screen, but you were just pressing Y to counter or mashing X on an Xbox controller. Don't know why that came to mind first. Probably because the last one I played was on PC. But yeah, it seems like there's more to it. And one of the problems with old Spider-Man games was, like, one of the biggest things about Spider-Man is obviously he can stay in the air while he's fighting. Now, like in Avengers Civil War, he's in the air a lot. He barely touches the ground.
Yeah.
But on old Spider-Man games, he was always on the ground kicking people and flinging webs at them.
I remember that.
But looking at the trailer for this one, there's so much complexity to the aerial combat. More so than just juggling people in the air like it's always been.
Yeah, yeah. I think what impresses me most is the, like, maneuverability. Like, in previous games, you could run on the ground, you could climb walls, and you could swing. You could jump as well, and that was it. But, like, this game combines it all together in one flow of, like, movement. So you'd be, like, swinging towards the top of...
it looks really fluid.
Yeah, towards, like, the top of a building or something like that, and he just, like, plants his hand on the top and springs himself up and forward. And
they had a bit of that in the latest one, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I didn't play it.
I did. I really liked it.
I wasn't a fan of the Amazing Spider-Man movies, to be honest.
The games were, like, my favourite games for a long time. They didn't age well, though. So.
Yeah, I heard they were very, very bad.
Plus, I wanted to get Amazing Spider-Man 2 for PS4 because I have it on PC and I don't play PC anymore. But it never drops in price. It's like constantly 30 quid, and I'm like, well, it's an old game. I don't want to pay 30 quid for it. Also, the Sinister Six was in the trailer. That was very exciting, seeing all the Sinister Six come together. The negative dude, I don't know what he's called it. He's sort of a new
Mr. Negative.
Probably. He's sort of in the comics. He's like a recurring member of the Sinister Six now, but I don't think he was for a long time. Go on, what's he called?
Mr. Negative.
I knew it. Well, I didn't know it. You knew it. But yeah, one of the most exciting things. Do you know who my favourite supervillain is?
Electro?
No, but very close.
Yeah.
It's called Shocker.
Okay.
And traditionally in the comics, he wears like this quilted yellow pajama thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He's going to be in it. And I'm so excited.
That's cool.
He's like the stupidest, dopiest villain, but I always just really liked him. I don't know why.
They did say that there will be a lot more villains in it than what we saw in the trailer.
Well, that's just exciting.
Yeah.
I just one thing I don't want them to do, which they've done in every fucking Spider-Man game so far, is one of those fucking Rhino battles. And they put you in an arena, and it's like,
you've got to
trick Rhino into charging into this electric pole, and it's like, fuck, I've done this 7 times in my life. It's ridiculous.
But I do like his suit, Rhino suit. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, he's Russian. It seems very cliche.
Yeah, I think that's just the thing in the comics now, but most people don't.
Like, oh, he's a big dude, he's a villain. Must be Russian.
Yeah.
The gameplay they showed was amazing. I liked how all the villains just kept popping up, and I was like, there can't be more than 2 villains, surely. Then, a 3rd villain. I was like, oh my god, then there's another one. And then at the end, he goes down, and that someone shows up, and he's all like, it's you. And he's like, who is it?
Yeah.
Do you have any theories on who it is? Since you know more about Spider-Man comics than I do.
I don't know. There's usually a ringleader, and it's usually either like Green Goblin or Kingpin, or. But maybe it's like somebody betraying him, like Black Cat or something.
I hope not.
But Black Cat's like a weird character that they keep bringing back because Spider-Man's always like faithful to Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy, whoever he's with, and like she's a big part of his life, and one of the biggest problems of his life is like keeping her safe and shit. But then whenever Black Cat's around, he's like full on cheater mode. It's like, whoa.
Wasn't there a Spider-Man game where you could choose between them?
Yeah, I think that was like Ultimate Spider-Man or something.
I immediately went straight for Black Cat. She's exciting.
Yeah.
Mary Jane wants him to like stay at home.
They didn't put any benefits to her being in the game, but like Black Cat made the game more exciting, and Mary Jane was just like the moral choice, and it's like,
yeah,
well, give me some.
I think Mary Jane wants you to come home and like, I don't know, boil potatoes for tea or whatever.
Yeah, hang
and
up your mask and shit.
Black Cat's like, fuck it, we'll get pizza and we'll just chill out.
Yeah.
And
they really made her seem like the cooler choice.
Yeah. Yeah, man, fucking Spider-Man, that's a pre-order right there. And I'm looking September, man. It's not even that far away.
Yeah. Shall we talk about The Last of Us?
We can do. Nintendo, though, didn't announce a game that I've never really got into, but I'm going to get into it this time around, and I know it's a big game for you.
Talk about Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
It's going to be the full lineup from every Smash Bros ever.
We will not go through because this will be like a whole over hour.
Yeah, which is cool. But I don't know. For some reason, maybe it's because I didn't play the last one. I got the 3DS version of the last one, and it was really lackluster. But I'm just not that excited. I'm just going to wait and get it, and then be excited.
Oh, the Smash Bros.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to try and get it as soon as I can.
Well, no, I'm going to get it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to overhype it.
Yeah.
One thing I always loved about the Wii Smash Bros. Brawl was the story mode. That was really cool, and I was disappointed when the 3DS one didn't have story mode, because I don't really get that into like the meta of the game and like finding your perfect combo and like going into tournaments online and shit like that. I'm not interested.
No.
I just like that it's a game with all my childhood
I'm just
crammed into it.
Really interested in kicking your ass at it, to be honest.
Yeah, you were never good at Smash Bros. Brawl though, so we'll see how that turns out.
I don't think I understand the mechanics of Smash Bros. Even now.
I remember back then you were very like Nintendo's for kids, you loser. But
yeah,
that's probably why you didn't.
Even now, I have to admit, I don't understand the mechanics of Smash Bros. There's like no health bar. There's a percentage.
Yeah.
And like the higher the percentage, the easier it is to knock them out or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
So I just went in like all guns blazing, just trying to fuck everyone up, and then I just get kicked off the screen. I'm like, is that it?
I think because you can set custom rules sometimes, and I think you can set it to have a health bar if that's what you prefer. Speaking of Nintendo, so lately I've been thinking, what happened to the Switch? Because in its first year, it was like, bam, Splatoon 2, bam, Zelda, one after the other, and a big Nintendo IP brought a game out, and it was just exciting. Like, every month it was like, oh god, what's Nintendo going to bring out now? But then they just sort of slowed down, and it was like, we've got Bayonetta remake, we've got
still need to get that
Fire Emblem remake, we've got Hyrule Warriors remastered.
Also, we've got this game being ported and this game being ported.
Yeah, exactly.
And that game's being ported.
Ever since Mario Odyssey, it just slowed down so much. Yeah. And they released this like roadmap of the games that were coming out, and I just remember thinking at the time, "Whoa, is that it? Have we hit the peak?"
They're probably just trying to build up the library.
Well, I've seen their upcoming games for the next few months.
Yes.
And they are back on track, let me tell you. I think the next one we've got coming out, Nintendo IP, Mario Party for Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Mario Party is such a brilliant game to play while drinking with your friends.
Yeah. It's going to be the perfect, just chilling out game.
I've spent a lot of time in Mario Party.
I just hope they've fucked off the cart system, but even if they haven't, like I reckon we can enjoy it. Just maybe not as much.
What are you talking about? The
Because it's ever since the one that we always play, like around Christmas time.
Mario Party 8.
Yeah, ever since that one, they started whacking everyone in carts together, didn't they?
Yeah,
And
I think
it's been shit.
since
It's
Mario
been shit
Party
since then.
9, yeah. So I think we got it, and we didn't like it because you had to be on the same team and all that shit.
Yeah, I hope they've done away with that, or at least done
Yeah.
something a bit smarter with it. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like that.
No, I
was
never
the
did.
thing.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna definitely get that because it's like a family tradition
Yeah,
for us to play Mario Party 8 every Christmas.
yeah,
Although we haven't in the last few years because I was banned from playing it.
yeah. Because you always win.
Because I always win.
But it's not. I don't get why they got angry about that because it's not. It's not your choice. It's not like you did. Like maybe you won the mini games a bit more, but
I won the mini
you can win every single mini game and still come last.
Yeah. If when you play it with us, we split the mini games up 50-50 really. Like I win half of them, you win half of them. Every now and then they might just have a really.
I'm really good at the ones where you've got to jack off.
Yeah. So my dad was better than you though. Yeah, and then like I don't know, just every now and then, I'll have a really lucky game where I'll get 3 fucking stars in one go. Like I'll get a star, and then it'll move randomly into my path, and then I'll get down there and I'll get the star, and then when the star disappears, it reveals I was actually on a DK space, and it throws me the 3rd star that's appeared.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times to me, and they get really angry with it, so they ban me from playing it.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, fair enough, whatever. You know, I don't mind. I'll just go get drunk by myself and eat party food. And then my mum was like, why is Ash not playing with you? We've banned him. And she's like, no, you fucking haven't. And it was like, he's playing with you now. And I was like, I really don't mind Mum, like, if they want to play without me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Hopefully it'll replace the Wii version for the Christmas tradition. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is dropping 80 fucking quid on new Joy-Cons so everyone can play.
Yeah. So, also coming out, we've got Mario Tennis Aces, which is this month's game. I don't care, to be honest. Next month is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Don't care, I've already got it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not next month's game. It's just coming out next month. But we've also got Captain Toad, which is a spin-off of, obviously, 3D Mario Explorer games. I heard the one on Wii U was really, really good. Like, people loved it. So I'm definitely going to get that next month when it's out.
Yeah.
On the 13th.
Oh.
Okami HD is coming in August. And then November we get the Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to get, but I am really holding out hope for that proper RPG they're bringing out next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like second quarter next year, 2019. So I'm hoping good things come from that. Then there's loads of indie games coming. Dark Souls Remastered is coming in summer.
Yeah.
Banner Saga, I didn't know that was coming to Switch. That's really good.
Nice. Do you remember how is it From Software or Platinum Games? One of the two. I think it's From Software. Won it. They teased that little. They had that little teaser where it was like a winch system or something like that with a rope, and it was all soaked in blood. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, they brought out a game, didn't they? Oh, well, they're just about to.
They've announced where it is now. It's called Sekiro.
Yeah, it's some kind of like
Shadows Never Die or something like that, or Shadows Die Twice, something stupid.
It's like a samurai Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's basically like a sequel to an older game that was out on PlayStation 2 that I never played.
All right.
But I was secretly hoping for it to be like fucking Bloodborne 2 or something, but it wasn't. But yeah, that was announced. That's probably coming out for PlayStation as well, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we'll get that. But
Shall we
just get on to the big one?
Should we close things off with the big one?
The only thing that I was interested in at E3 this year.
Yeah.
Really.
So we did an episode recently. I've been posting highlights, and this is one of the highlights that went out. Was we were talking about how Naughty Dog do games really well, and we were talking about stomach depressions in The Last of Us 2, and how you just lost your shit over it. And I really want to know your reaction to seeing the very first Not at all awkward. Video game kiss.
I absolutely loved the smashing of lips and how they attacked each other with them, and it was just
The texture changed. Like, that's the thing. Naughty Dog has always done, but the way the fucking lips actually crinkled up when they went for a kiss, they didn't just like touch faces.
If
and
I'd
hold it awkwardly for a bit, it was a proper kiss.
if I'd have squinted my eyes, I'd have been like, "That's a movie. That's two real people kissing."
It was so good.
But yeah, like kissing in video games has been so fucking awkward for so long. Like they'll just smash lips together, and then obviously the voice actors will make these little like noises, and you're like, I don't want this. No one wants this. Or they'll just, I don't know, they'll lean in and then cut away, and it's like, oh, so they've kissed off camera.
Yeah.
But nah, mate, I want to know how they did it. In fact, I think IGN posted a breakdown of, I think they got what's her name, Ashley Johnson or whatever. I think she spoke about how they did it, because obviously full performance capture, they've got to wear that headset with a big fucking boom with a camera that's pointing up at the face.
Yeah.
You can't kiss someone with that, so I want to know how they did it. They must have done.
I've seen footage of them kissing IRL.
Yeah.
In the mocap booth. Well, not footage. I've seen a picture, but there was no camera there, so I don't know how they did that. Maybe they surrounded them with cameras that captured it from every possible angle.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of this thing they showed, did you know? I think it was one of the Ubisoft guys, like the CEO of Ubisoft or something like that, accused them of faking it all, the whole trailer, on Twitter.
What do you mean faking it all?
Yeah, someone from a different development team tagged Naughty Dog and basically congratulated them on how amazing it all looked and whatnot. Mm-hmm. To which this Ubisoft guy, I think it was
fake
Ubisoft.
News.
It was definitely Ubisoft, right? And I'll tell you why I know it's Ubisoft. I think it was the CEO of Ubisoft. Basically tweeted at him that little threads. I don't know how Twitter works. You do. He replied to him basically saying, "And fake. It looks amazing and fake." He said. And then he quickly deleted that, but not before it got screenshotted and whatnot. And the Naughty Dog animator obviously tweeted back saying that it wasn't, blah, blah, blah. Then the Ubisoft guy was like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm French." Basically, it was his excuse.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's how I know it was Ubisoft, because obviously Ubisoft's French.
Yeah.
But just because he and his team can't do something like that, he immediately was like, "Oh, it's fake news." But yeah, less about Ubisoft being dickheads. The fucking gameplay that they showed was just amazing.
There's something I noticed about it that maybe they just had a setting turned off or something, but the beautiful crosshair system that they introduced for Last of Us and then carried into Uncharted 4, which is like the best crosshair system I've ever used.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
What do you mean? Like
like she was getting headshots and shit, and there was no feedback about it.
Yeah,
I feel like they must have turned something off.
The little orange, like circle.
Well, there was nothing.
Yeah. It's probably turned it off. There were no heads-up display at all, was there? So they probably turned it all off just to make it more.
There was a crosshair.
There was a crosshair.
It was like a tray,
and they did bring a menu for crafting.
Mm-hmm.
But like you couldn't normally when you in The Last of Us, you could always see your health and stuff like that. And
yeah. Well, you couldn't see your health, could you? No, it was like screen effects, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe there is no hate. No.
Yeah, because I remember I played most of Grounded mode, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
In black and white.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I played it right from the start in the hardest difficulty I could, and I turned off the whole smuggler vision thing, or whatever they called it, survivor vision, or whatever, you know. I turned that off because I just wanted to be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I loved like the game's forgiving. Like the guy took a swing at her and she dodged out of the way, but the next time he actually hit her and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I just loved it all.
The melee combat has come a long way from the looks of things. Like, it was never that advanced.
So visceral, like when she chopped that dude's fucking neck open.
Yeah, even in like Uncharted 4, there was a bit more melee combat. There was a few new things you could do, especially with that rope, hook thing, but it was nowhere near as like advanced as it seems to be in Last of Us 2.
I really like how when she went to that little like was it like a jewelry store or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, their shelves were all together. There was like 2 shelves that were quite close together, and you was like, you can't fit a character model through there. So normally I wouldn't have tried it, because we play games a lot, so we know how they work. I never would have thought of trying to fit between those 2 shelves, but she just squeezed through it. I was like, this opens up so many more avenues of attack.
Yeah, do you reckon we'll play as Ellie the full game? Because Joel is still alive, because
Yeah, they've been very
they
fucking...
mentioned him, didn't they?
Yeah,
that guy who came up to her at the punch
it's funny
bowl.
how like your old man always gets involved when you
Yeah.
go out or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm okay if we're playing there for the whole game. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with that. I like Joel as well.
If he's in it, then I'll be so happy. But do you remember how people was like in the first trailer showed she was playing the guitar, and he was like, "You sure you want to do this, kid?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna make them pay," or whatever she said.
Yeah.
People was like, "Oh my god, maybe Joel's dead. It's like a hallucination."
I remember saying that myself as well. Yeah.
But after seeing this new trailer and how her and that girl smooshed lips, and smushed them up all nice.
Yeah, it
and,
looks like they found some sort of civilization.
yeah, they were all up on top of each other and smushing.
Yeah.
And
We know.
it was amazing.
It was
right?
amazing.
Maybe she's angry that someone killed her new smushy lips girlfriend, and that's what she's doing in the game.
Yeah, that would make sense. Although the voice actor, and body actor for her smooshy lips girlfriend is getting very involved on Twitter in all the like PR and stuff. So I feel like she's a bigger character than we might expect.
Maybe
Maybe we'll play as them both.
I doubt it.
Me and Candice both said the same thing when we saw that her smooshy lips girlfriend. She looks like the
Lips
little.
McGee.
She looks like the little girl from not from Detroit. Has grown up.
Right.
But then I put the images side by side because I was going to post it on Twitter, because I was like, well, if we both agree, then it must. But then when I saw them side by side, I was like, it doesn't look anything like us. So why did we think that at all? But we both said the same thing at the same time. So
I don't know.
I don't know what it was at all.
I would disagree.
No, I disagree now.
Clearly you disagree
Yeah.
now, but yeah, I would disagreed right from the start.
So before we end this,
Yes.
you reminded me of something,
Yes.
and it's nothing to do with E3.
Okay.
I just want to talk about it. So you were talking about Twitter, like feuds or whatever,
Yeah.
a bit ago. Have you heard about that rapper in America that got shot yesterday?
No.
He was called XXXTentacion,
Oh yeah.
and he got shot
Yeah.
yesterday. So there's another rapper called Soldier Kid,
Okay.
which is whatever. That's another conversation for another time. He was posting on Twitter. So apparently this guy got shot by a guy with a red mask on.
Right.
And then this Soldier Kid was posting on Twitter pictures of him and XXXTentacion together, and there was a red mask in his car. And then he was like, I don't know, just posting some sketchy tweets and shit, and more pictures of them together and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he posted a tweet that says, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to kill him in whatever rapper lingo you want to translate it into. And then his next tweet was, I've done it, XXXTentacion's dead. And then a little skull emoji. And then he deleted those tweets.
Right.
But he like fully gave away on Twitter that he killed the guy.
That's weird.
Yeah. But it's just a really bizarre turn of events, to be honest.
It'd have been amazing if he kept it to himself and went on to write an album, and then it plays out much like that sketch from Key and Peele where he's like, he keeps playing his rap tape and he's like talking about how he killed, was it Darnell Simmons? I think the guy's name was. It could be amazing if that actually happened.
So this Soldier Kid did a song with Drake.
Yeah.
And one of the lyrics is something like XXX in my SMS. That's the only time I shoot below the neck.
Right.
And this is obviously saying XXX as in like explicit texting. I shoot below the neck because obviously he's filming his dick and jacking off for 13-year-old fans and shit.
Right.
But a bit strange that they do that track and then a guy called XXXTentacion gets shot.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Very
But yeah,
weird.
there's some like weird like rapper conspiracy, and just me and Dan were like, what is this, the 90s? What's going on?
Yeah, innit?
It's so...
Fucking Ice Cube and
Yeah, exactly.
Dre and
It's
all
so
them. Just
NWA.
like, for fuck's sake, I'm sure we got past this.
Yeah, it's so weird. They're like trying to bring it back or whatever. Well, it's sad that this guy died. Like, he clearly had some talent and stuff, but stupid life choices. I
Straight
guess.
up dead.
Yeah, he was shot dead.
Didn't he do something with when he in one of Malone's songs?
I don't know. Malone. I really like Post Malone, but I don't like the people he cameos with. Like 21 Savage is such a moron. It's a knife.
Post Malone.
I don't like any of 21 Savage's stuff either.
I gotta play on my phone.
I don't even like his verses on
Was it him?
which one is it? One of Post Malone's songs. Rockstar, innit?
Yo.
Yeah.
Was it Rockstar? The song.
Yeah.
Right.
Who was on? Who 21 Savage was on it?
Fucking XXXTentacion. Born in '98, mate.
Oof.
Way too young to be shot and killed.
Way too young to be driving Lamborghinis around wherever he was shot, you know,
Yeah.
drinking lots of alcohol and smoking lots of weed.
Been 20 years old, mate. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, c'est la vie.
And on that delightful note, I think I'm going to end it here. So yeah, follow us on Twitter at UT2cast and on Instagram, Untitled-2 podcast, where I post daily podcast highlights, all the funniest bits, usually just funny shit. Not really the informative stuff because it doesn't package well, but they come out every day. Different ones on Twitter and Instagram, so you can follow us on both, and you follow us on both, and we won't annoy you too much. So yeah, we'll see you next week with the Infinity War episode that I promised.
Yep. Do you think XXXTentacion was his like Xbox gamer tag or something?
It needs 3 more X's on the end.